Do you like to customize your camera? Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer. And in this video, let's talk about customizing our cameras. But first, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community, and I've been a member now for just about a year, 12 months, and I'm constantly amazed how versatile the selection of classes is and how I can always find new and fresh topics, whether I'd like to improve my video editing skills or learn some new cooking techniques or pretty much anything in between. And because Skillshare is the sponsor of this video, the first 1,000 of my audience to click the link down below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. So please do give it a try and start learning something new right away. Quite recently, my favorite photo blogger, Kirk Tuck, published a post on how he customized one of his cameras. And in that post he surmised that probably most camera and photo enthusiasts like to customize their cameras. And right away I thought, I've never done that. But right after that I remembered that I have done that. And by the way, Kirk is my all-time favorite photo blogger. I've been following him since I don't know when. And I still follow him, and he's one of the few photo bloggers that I still follow. I'll put a link down in the description for his blog just in case you've never heard of him. I think he's a wonderful writer and he has a really nice sense of humor too. Anyway, he wrote about customizing cameras and adding accessories. But what about you? Do you like to customize your camera or add accessories like grips or soft shutter buttons or whatever accessories? And what is your favorite accessory or customization that somehow transformed your camera and made it so much better? Please let me know in the comments down below. I remember back in 2008 or something, I swapped out the focusing screens for my Nikon D700, if I remember correctly. I wanted to use some Nikon manual lenses, and those digital focusing screens are not very good for manual focusing because you can't really see if the picture is in focus or not. But anyway, that's one of the early customizations that I remember. And quite recently I also customized my GoPro. I'll put a link on the screen for the videos just in case you want to take a look. And of course I've had custom camera straps on many of my cameras, but somehow I don't think a strap counts as a custom camera accessory. I don't know, what do you think? I think that custom camera accessory is something that you somehow mount on your camera. Maybe you have to screw it on or glue it on or something. And I think a custom strap is just a strap, not a proper custom accessory. I don't know, what do you think? Leave a comment down below. But I have never really been into customizing or adding accessories to my cameras. But quite recently I added a grip to my Fuji X-T30. I got this from my friend Alexi because he did not have a suitable camera body for this grip anymore. And I really have to say that this grip transforms this camera and improves the handling at least by about 459% or even more. And this is the first time ever I add a grip like this to any of my cameras. I've never really understood grips like this. I mean, I certainly have understood that these grips can improve the handling, but somehow I've never really understood why would you increase the size and weight of the camera that you bought because it was small and compact to begin with. That didn't sound right to me. I have also wondered many times, why do they design cameras like this that don't handle that well from the factory? I mean, this is not a bad camera to start with. I mean, I like this camera even without the grip, but this grip improved this camera so much, and it's hard for me to imagine that anyone had such hands that without the grip this would be better than with the grip. In my opinion, I think they should have added some sort of grip from the factory. And this camera probably looks better without the grip. But what's the point of a design that looks good but doesn't really function well? I mean, beautiful objects are certainly nice to look at, but I think if that object only looks good and doesn't function that well, I think the design is somehow flawed. But anyway, I think this grip or something similar, this is a Make grip. This grip or something similar is pretty much a must for the Fuji X-T30, and there's even a slot at the bottom of the grip so you can open the battery memory card door, and the tripod thread is where it should be, and so on. It's a very nice and probably not very expensive accessory either. But of course, customization is not always about the handling. In many times it's also about making your camera personalized, making it look like it's an individual, and it's also about making a statement maybe. And I understand that Fuji users especially like to customize their cameras, and they like to make their cameras look somehow unique. And I'd very much like to know your approach to customization. Have you tried to improve the handling of your camera, or have you tried to make it personalized so that it's your camera or looks like your camera and not just like another camera? I don't much care about that personalization aspect. I prefer my cameras to look as generic as possible, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I so much like the Ricoh GR, for example, and also the Sony A7 series cameras look kinda modest, simple and almost utilitarian in a good way. I really don't want my cameras to draw any more or any unnecessary attention when I go out there and start snapping away. I prefer to be as inconspicuous as possible. But if I can make my camera function or handle better by adding a simple accessory like this grip, I'm all for it. And after this experience, I've also become a proponent of extra grips like this that I did not really fully understand before this experience. But anyway, this was my take on customizing and adding accessories to your camera. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this a lot, please do consider buying me a cup of coffee. There's a link down below for that if you don't live in Finland. That can help me to make more of these videos for you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in the next one.